Yo guys, it's Daniel back here with a new Minecraft series that I would like to call TutorCraft. Now, why is TutorCraft, may ask? Well, if you don't know, I basically started playing Minecraft in about 2020 during the pandemic. I was basically playing with some friends and I realized I was super clueless. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to craft stuff. I didn't know that was an Ender Dragon boss. Like, what? The last time I had friends playing Minecraft, there wasn't even the end dimension. But besides that, the only thing I did was get a cobblestone pickaxe, go strip mining, and use an iron pickaxe whenever I came across ores. Then, after playing for a little while, I realized that I really like redstone builds because, well, redstone is just interesting in general, as well as big builds because of the sheer challenge of gathering that much materials and clearing that much area. And I was like, damn, if I knew this from the start, I would probably be doing this at the start. And I was like, why don't I make a YouTube series to show new players the ropes of the game and what they can really do in terms of redstone, in terms of farming, and all that kind of stuff. And now, without further ado, we shall start a new world and head straight to building a base, which will be the main focus of today's video. So let us head to single player. Gonna create a new world. We're gonna call it TutorCraft. We're gonna be playing it on peaceful. We're gonna have creative initially. And we're gonna type the seed creashaks organzine. If y'all don't know, creashaks organzine generates a world seed 0. Because if you just type 0, it will work. It will just give you a random world seed number. So with that as our seed, we're gonna change some game rules real quick because, well, like I said, I'm gonna have a bit of a creative touch so I don't go crazy playing this world, making tutorials. First of all, I'm gonna turn off, where is that setting? I'm gonna turn off daylight cycle and I'm gonna turn off fire tick so that things don't burn and I don't have to face nighttime. And that will be all. And we're gonna create a new world and head straight into it. And bang, we are here in the world. As you can see, we spawned right on top of a tree. And the seed, oh god, the seed is seed 0. Now, I did say that I would guide new players through and basically try to rely on creative only when I need it. So let us head to game mode survival and we will show you guys the ropes of how to play this game. So the first thing you want to do when you get into Minecraft is to find food as well as craft tools as well as a bit. So the first thing you want to do is to get some wood. As you can see, I'm punching some wood right now. I'm getting the wood and we're going to be making a crafting table with this. So we're going to get this whole tree worth of wood and then we're going to craft it down into planks as you can see later. This should be the last one. There we go. So now we got 6 pieces of logs. We're just going to turn it all into planks over here and use 4 to craft the crafting table. Now with this crafting table, we can craft a lot of tools and whatnot. But first, we would want to craft an axe and find some sheep because we need a bed. As you can see, it's going to be nighttime soon and mobs will start spawning. So the first thing you want to do is to find some mobs. Now, it doesn't matter what mob we find, but the sheep will be the best right now because you want some wool for beds. So now we're gonna use this and craft some sticks. And from the sticks, we can craft a wooden axe. Now with the wooden axe, you can chop wood faster as well as deal more damage to mobs. So as you can see, there's the pig right there. We can attack him. And then we can get some pork chops from him. As you can see, we got 1 raw pork chop. So we can just keep doing this until we have enough pork chops. And hopefully we'll find some sheep as well. And then see, there's some sheep over there. We're gonna get some sheep, get some wool, and we're gonna craft a bed. Alright guys, as you can see, we have killed some sheep, we have got some wool, we have also got some raw mutton and some raw pork chops. And now we also chopped down some extra oak, so we're gonna make a bed. So this is the crafting recipe for a bed right here. So basically 3 planks, 3 wools on top of each other like this and we get a bed. So the good thing about the bed is you can sleep on it as well as set your spawn point on it. If you're not playing on Minecraft Hardcore, this is where you respawn if you die. And the important thing to note that if you break your bed and have nowhere to respawn, you will go back to where your initial seed spawn point is. So you'll be somewhere over there. Now that we have most of the items here, we need to smelt some food so that we'll cook them and not get sick from them basically. Now pork chop and mutton don't make you sick when it's raw, but chicken has a chance of poisoning you if you eat it raw. So the good thing is to basically just cook all your food. Doesn't matter what food it is because it will, number one, give you more regeneration points from your food, gives you more saturation, but it also prevents you from getting poisoned if you're eating raw chicken. So now, to craft a smelter, or rather a furnace, you need some cobblestones. And to get cobblestone, you need to find some stone over here, craft the pickaxe, like so. I missed this one. And use the pickaxe to get some stone. So I'll be getting some stone and I'll see you guys after I've got enough for some tools. Alright guys, so we are back here. We have broken our wooden pickaxe and we have got about 59 pieces of stone. So what we can do now is to craft more sticks, and we're gonna craft all stone tools. So we're gonna craft an axe, a pickaxe, and a shovel, as well as a sword, which we will do later. So you want this many sticks into the crafting slot. You want an axe over here, and we turn it to a pickaxe over here. We'll turn it to a shovel, and then we'll turn it into a sword. And with that, you got the 4 basic tools of any Minecraft world. So you can use that. As you can see, the axe breaks things much faster than a wooden pickaxe. Now, you may ask, what's the point of upgrading tools besides it being faster? Well, the stone equivalent tools, for example, this only applies to the pickaxe. Wooden pickaxes can only break coal ores as well as stone type bricks. So like if you see diorite, if you see andesite, if you see granite, all those the wooden pickaxe can break and will drop it as an item. If you try to break something like an iron ore or gold ore with a wooden pickaxe, it would not drop any items. Instead, it would just break and waste your entire freaking time because it takes so long. Now, with the stone pickaxe, you can break more items. Obviously, I'll just flash it up in the screen right now just to make things a little bit easier. And these are all the items that can be breakable with the appropriate pickaxe types. Now, with that being said, the next upgrade from stone would be iron. But before we move on to iron, we would basically want to build us a small little base so that we can have a place to sleep comfortably as well as to keep our items in. Now, as you can see in that cube over there, that's where our base is gonna be, and this is the area that we will choose to build our base and farms in the future. But of course, this area looks pretty shit right now. It is a pretty flat area, which is good, but it can use a little bit of terraforming because, well, to make tutorials easier, you really want a flat ground. But you guys do what you want in the survival world. And with that being said, I'm just gonna pause the video right here, and I'm just gonna drop to a cut where everything is flat. Alright guys, so we are back over here, and as you can see, I've flattened the area, not very nicely, but you know what, it works for the tutorial anyway. So the first thing you want to do before you build a really big area is to just make a really tiny house for you to keep all your items that you need for now. So what you want to do is to just make a small little hut over here. I kind of messed up there, but it's okay. We just do that. Just a tiny area for us to sleep and not get eaten by monsters. Now we are out of planks, but from our mining trip earlier to clear all of these, we do get some materials, and we can just use that to our advantage. Just put a bed over here. This is where we're gonna sleep. We're gonna craft the crafting table over here. Place it right next to our bed. We're gonna use that crafting table to craft a furnace like so, and then we can place it next to our bed, next to our crafting table, sorry, and then we can cover everything up, leaving a doorway for you to enter, building it a little bit higher over here just to cover our door, because this doesn't need to be too high because it's just a starter base. And there's our starter base, guys. The ceiling can be 1 block higher because you might suffocate if you get off the bed over here, or alternatively you could just break the floor and place the bed on the floor instead, like so. Now, it may not be the best, but it is something, and you can also craft doors like so, and then use the doors at the front here to have a safe entry to your base. Now, the door is off the floor here, but that's good so that zombies cannot break it. And now we can use the rest of the wood to craft a couple of chests so that you can store all these items in it. Put the chest right next to the furnace, and you can store all your items like so into the chest. Now your Minecraft character might gotten hungry at this point, so it's a good time to find some coal in some caves. So as you can see right here, there's a hill for me, and I can go right there to attempt to find some coal ore. Now as you can see, there's some coal ore right up there, and we can easily jump across here and make our way, if I can make this jump, to get to the coal ore. Alright, there you guys see we got 3 pieces of coal here, and we can explore this cave to get more. But as I said, I am not in survival, I am partially in creative, so I'm just gonna give myself more coal and I'll see you guys back at the base. Alright guys, so we are back home in the base right now, and we're gonna use the coal in the furnace right here, get our raw pork chops, put them in here, and as you can see it starts to smelt. This is basically how long the fuel lasts, and the more fuel that you have in here, the more stuff you can smelt. But coal is not the best fuel that you can find, but for starter world, it's okay to use for now. Now, with coal, you can also craft torches. So let's say you have some sticks over here, you can use the sticks, place a piece of coal up here, and as you can see, you crafted 4 torches. Now, with those torches, you can light up dark areas that's like inside this house. And now no mobs will spawn. So if you click on F3 real quick, you can see that the light level in here is higher than 0, which means mobs do not spawn in here. Even though I have mobs spawning off, but mobs do not spawn in here or anywhere else if the block or light level is more than 0. Alright, now that you guys have food, you guys have coal, and you guys have decent amount of resources, we can go out and venture out for iron, which is the next upgrade that we need. So as you can see in the previous cave earlier, you saw some glowing ore as I was entering. That is iron, even though it doesn't glow if you don't have some shaders on. I have some shaders on, and so for me it glows. So right over here, you can see right there, there's iron, and we're gonna go right there real quick with our cobblestone. We're gonna bridge out over here, and then we're gonna make ourselves some bridges to go across to get the iron over here. And as you can see, there's more than 1 piece of iron, which is great. And if you have a fortune pickaxe, which I will cover later in the video for enchantings, you will get more than 4 pieces of iron. You can get up to 12, or if you're lucky, even more, but that's highly unlikely. As you can see over there, there's more coal, there's some copper ore as well, which we will not use for now. But yeah, right now you guys want to explore for some iron, and once you have enough iron, we will go back to the base and we will smelt said iron. Alright guys, so we're here back in the base. We got about 40 raw iron, which we will put in the furnace with some coal, and it will smelt into some iron ingots. Now, with the iron ingots, you can craft iron versions of the tools as well as your first set of armor. Now, we need about 30, I don't really recall, but I think it's 36 pieces of iron for a full set of armor. But we shall see, because the first thing we're going to craft is some iron armor, as well as an iron pickaxe, because iron pickaxes can grab almost everything in this world, with the exception of some obsidian, and diamond pickaxes basically just exist for you to get some obsidian. Now, let's just wait for this to smelt and we'll see you guys afterward. Alright guys, as you can see, we got 40 pieces of iron right here, and the first thing we're going to do is going to craft some armor. So we're going to first craft a chest plate, which looks like this. We're going to craft some boots, which look like this. We're going to craft leggings, which look like this. And we are going to craft a helmet, which looks like this. And with that, we have a full set of iron armor. Like so. And as you can see on the left side, on top of your hearts, we have the armor bar, which is now filled up to about 2.5 to max. And with that, we still have 16 pieces of iron left, and with that, we shall craft some sticks. And then we can upgrade all our gear to iron gear. So first, we're going to craft the iron pickaxe. then the shovel, then V, X right here, and then the sword. Now we have 7 pieces of iron left. We can use 3 to make a bucket so that we can collect some water. And with that, we basically have all the basic things that you need for a Minecraft world. Now with the bucket, we can get a water block from the river behind us, and we can make something called an infinite water source. Now if you don't know what an infinite water source is, it's basically a water source that refills itself over and over, hence why it's called infinite water source. Okay, this is not a place that I can craft the infinite water source. Let's go a bit further out over here and dig down, and hopefully it's empty strips. There we go. Now we have a block of 2x2 as well as a 1x3. So these are 2 ways you can craft an infinite water source. So place a water block here and get another one real quick from the river across. Do not fall into the river like me. And now we have placed one water source over here at this corner, and to make an infinite water source, place another water block on the opposite corner, like so. And as you can see, if we take a piece of water from a corner, it just refills itself back up. For this version, you place one water over here, get more water and place it on the other side, and this block in the center is now an infinite water source. As you can see, we can take as many as you want, but if you were to take it from the sides, it's not an infinite source no longer. As you can see, the water depletes. That's why I'll usually try to build this one, because for this one, you can just take it from wherever and it doesn't really matter, as opposed to this one where you only can take the one in the middle. But with that being said, this is the basic of the most basic survival houses, as well as infinite water sources that you need in Minecraft, Bedrock, or Java in this case. And the next episode will be covering a much more robust base with a mine, so that you don't need to go into caves to mine for some stuff, because sometimes caves can be dangerous and your very own strip mines is usually safer than most caves. And with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and stay tuned for the next episode for the first ever tutorial, which would be to make a base with a mine. With that being said, guys, thanks for watching and peace out.